There ain't gonna be a huge difference between weight loss and weight gain for the majority of people unless you were dieting very aggressively on 1,000 calorie deficit or something like that. Then, yeah, the changes in your diet are going to be significant. Anyways, that doesn't mean that you should start eating whatever and get back to the old habits. Otherwise, you're gonna regain all the weight back and all that hard work and dieting goes to nothing. You have two options when it comes to focusing on building muscle and making gains. First one is to main gain. You do this if you're relatively happy with your body fat percentage. By eating at the maintenance, you will slowly be making a recomposition of your body by burning fat and building muscle at the same time. So this is a good idea if you hate dieting because you won't be adding any body fat in the process of building muscle. However, if you're a beginner and you're pretty lean, this approach is definitely not for you. So you will need to eat just a bit more calories. 100 to 200 calories extra above the maintenance, in some cases maybe even 300 extra calories, and you'll make sure that your body has enough energy to build muscle. Weight gain phase doesn't have a limit. You can do it for as long as you want. The only problem is that if you're gaining fat, then you'll have to stop at some point and cut it off. That being said, my first weight gain tip is to make sure that you don't eat like a pig. Avoid dirty bulking at all costs. You can't rush the process. You're just gonna get fat, and you'll actually slow down your progress because you will have to spend a lot of time getting rid of all that fat that you gain from dirty bulking. Just a small caloric surplus is enough. The chance that you're gonna make more than 10 pounds of muscle in a first year of training is very small. So if you're gaining like 3 pounds a month, it means that you're just eating too much. You gotta slow it down a little bit. Now, there is a small number of people that are going to have hard time eating enough calories because their metabolism is very fast and they need to eat huge amounts of calories every day in order to gain weight. If that's you, I got a couple of tips that are going to make it very simple to get those calories in, even if you don't have good appetite or you just have to eat hell of a lot of food. First, make sure that you don't skip any meals. Make a standard or a schedule to make sure that you have a system that you follow. When you have a system, then it's easy to make predictions and adjustments to your diet if necessary, but that is only going to work if you follow the system. If you're skipping meals here and there, then you won't be able to know what the hell is going on. Anyways, we've already talked about standardizing your meals, so I'm not gonna spend much time on this. The next thing you can do to easily increase your calories is to increase your fat intake. Generally, you always want to adjust your caloric intake by changing the amount of carbs and fats that you're eating. Protein is always the same, no matter whether you're bulking, cutting, or maintaining. But if you're really struggling to eat enough, the easiest way to add more calories without drastically increasing the portions is by adding more fat. That's because 1 gram of fat has more than double the amount of calories compared to proteins and carbs. You can add more oil or butter when you cook your food, eat more nuts, eat meats with the higher amounts of fats, eat high-fat dairy products. These are some of the really good ways to increase your caloric intake if you need to. Next thing you can do is make sure that you're mainly eating foods that taste good. When something is so delicious, you usually want to keep eating it. If your food tastes like garbage, it's probably gonna be hard to reach your caloric requirements by eating like that. You can use natural sweeteners to make it taste better and add more calories. For example, you can add honey to your pancakes or something like that. You can eat some sort of pasta with lots of high-fat cheese and meat. That's probably gonna taste amazing and have a lot of calories. Or you can add a ton of peanut butter on a bread or on a pancake or even into your protein shakes. Another good idea is to drink your calories. You can use mass gainer shakes to drink huge amounts of calories. So that way you can add thousands of calories to your diet simply by drinking a shake that's not even very satiating. You can drink all kinds of juices, high fat milks or yogurts, stuff like that. That's all I got for you in this video. Keep in mind that muscle gaining process can take a lot of time. We're not talking about weeks or months. It takes years to build an exceptional physique, so if you don't notice any difference after a first week of training, don't start freaking out. You need to be patient, you need discipline and consistency. That's why muscle building process is one of the best ways to build your character and become tougher. I wish you the best of luck and let's make some gains.